All right, welcome to the Good Rookies podcast. My name's Faheem.
My name is Nelly J, y'all, and we are Good Rookies.
That's right.
What's up, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday to you all. And folks, it is episode 26. So, guys, first of all, happy Black History Month. Big up on yourself. And guys, we're so excited. We have an amazing guest. He is, let's say, he's a guy that's been on the pod many times. If you're a Good Rookies family member, you know who he is. So, Faheem, please introduce who we got.
That's right. We got a close friend of the podcast.
Woo!
We have a co-host from two podcasts. First one is Two Jerks in a podcast. Second one is Ballers Block. They talk ball.
Yep.
Let's welcome Debo.
The block is hot.
Debo,
The block is hot.
Debo.
Debo to the podcast. What's going on?
I'm doing good. Shout out to my partner Tebow.
Shout out to Tebow.
What up, Tebow?
He's the second half of Two Jerks and Ballers Block. So
Is he the bigger jerk?
it depends. It depends on the situation. This is the origin of the name. We were originally the Tebow and Debo show.
Okay.
And we decided to do some rebranding. And so we were like, all right, let's do a contest to see. And then the contest was, shout out to the fans. You guys give us a name. So we literally put it up on IG, and we have a small following. Literally nobody chipped in with names. So we're like, you know what? What names could we call ourselves? So then we were just throwing back ideas. Then after, we kind of we got angered at the fact that nobody chipped in any ideas in the contest. So like, yo, we should call ourselves like something jerkish. Like something just to like piss people off because of how pissed off we got. That
you guys were, yeah.
It was the helping hand. So like, two jerks in a pod.
I like it.
And Two Jerks in a Pod came out.
Like it.
Our anger.
It's clever. It's clever. And the other podcast that you co-host, like who's your co-host on the other podcast?
Same one.
Same guy.
Oh, cool. Okay, perfect. Well, you know what?
Block. They did.
So that one we do strictly basketball.
I like it. You know what's really cool to see other Black creators, you know what I'm saying? It's like people think it's easy. Like, no, guys, it's a lot of background work. So we thank you for coming on the podcast. We wish your podcast all the best. And folks, please support. Of course.
I was glad to be here.
Family, man. So let's, guys, support his podcast. We'll definitely have the links to the pages and the YouTube channel so you guys can subscribe and like and share with a friend.
That's right.
Also, before we get into things, I have to put this out there because even before I started my podcast with my cousin, your podcast, the original podcast was the first podcast I was ever on. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You guys basically started this thing for me.
Hey, it's all you, buddy, but we're happy that you can give us some credit.
Hey, yeah.
Absolutely.
Respect the shout out. We're all coming up together, right? So
if we don't support each other, who will?
Facts.
Black History Month. Let's make Black history.
That part.
So let's get into this GOAT situation. So first of all, I know it's let's talk like literally when I say talk, like let's touch upon it for like a minute. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Congratulations.
Well deserved.
Yeah, no, they were the better team. Like, despite for me, because he watched it with me and my brother, big up Dr. B, and we watched it.
Oh, by the way, we watched on Zoom.
Yeah, it was Zoom. Yeah, it wasn't no party, guys. Don't call the cops at us. Don't call Ford at us.
Quarantine party.
No. But I felt that the officiating was terrible, but despite that, the better team was the Buccaneers. It wasn't like the officiating decided the game. I want to see a good game. I didn't care who really won, but I want to see a good, fun, just like touchdown, type of game that I would have expected to see based on how they played in the season, right? So I was upset about that. But other than that, I definitely think the Bucks defense, superb. The D-line was incredible. And I feel the running game, Fournette, That guy was key. Evans played really well as good as well. But I think for Kansas City, what I didn't know, which I was informed on the day of, was that the O line for the Chiefs were all backups. I was like, what? They did not put backups in this game for Super Bowl. Like
Right.
terrible.
Right. So I want to say Mahomes, he was let down by his teammates. I mean, when you making acrobatic throws like parallel to the ground and it's hitting your teammate in the face mask, what
Like
can you
right
do?
here. Like the ball
What
is
can
right
you
here
do?
for him. In the end zone. Twice.
Yeah. Debo?
I agree with both of you guys on what you guys just said there. The amount of calls that went the Buccaneers' way was ridiculous.
Hmm.
That kind of put a damper on the game because every time it looked like Kansas City was going to make a big play to like turn the momentum in their favor, there was a penalty. Like at one point, I swear it was like 3 or 5, up to about 3 to 5 straight penalties that went against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
No,
So
for sure.
That sucked. But then again, I was rooting for Kansas City. So if I was a Buccaneers fan, it might have been the best thing ever.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also like what you were saying, Faheem, with his team letting him down, it was drop passes, the amount of penalties that happened, and then the O line being decimated. It was
Decimated.
an uphill battle, really.
Yeah.
So
Like who would have thought they wouldn't have scored a touchdown?
I've never seen that. Like literally, I think if you were betting for the Super Bowl, you must have lost a lot of money because of course you expect them to score 1 touchdown. Like Mahomes has scored 5 in a quarter before. Like, so to see that 1 passing touchdown, I think the numbers was he ran 467 yards before a sack for the entire game. 400 yards over he ran prior to getting sacked. That is insane. Like Faheem said, his acrobatic, like him running off, like falling down his back, but still throwing the ball perfectly in your helmet. Like to me, like Faheem, what he said, I agree with him. The team let him down.
So how do you feel? So in regards to the GOAT, because we know in regards to football, some sports, there's always debate of GOATs depending on what sport it is. It's been solidified, but it's just like this was the cherry on top. And he may be coming back next year, so who knows? But yes, Tom Brady is the GOAT. So let's expand this outside of football now. Other team sports, because the GOAT conversation seems to be kind of relevant in regards to what player do you feel in their respective sport is, I guess, the most GOAT-ish in their sport?
Okay.
Are we talking team sports or sports overall?
Or individual sports?
Yes,
like
let's go with team sports
or...
first, and then let's quickly go to individual. Team sports.
Team sports, I would say that he is the GOAT in team sports. Now let's look at this. I think most people would agree that football is probably like the hardest sport to win a championship in.
Yep.
And as an individual has more championships than any franchise in football history. No other player can say that in any other sport, and those sports are easier to win championships in.
I would say easier. I disagree with you there. Actually, I'm sorry. Champions League, we're talking about. Like, I'm sorry, Debo. There's no way I'm gonna say he's the GOAT for every sport. Hell no. There's too many great athletes in soccer, in basketball that I can overlook Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a great passer. He's intelligent when it comes to football. He built a team around him. I don't know any other player that was able to build their own team. He added
LeBron James.
No, hold on a second. Hold on, I'm still talking, right? He added 6 to 8 new players this year. That's a lot of players. LeBron maybe adds 1 or 2. He added 6 to 8 on his own team.
Compare that to football, which has a way bigger roster.
I know, but all those guys were critical in Super Bowl, right? Yeah, they all were. But again, right? My thing is that I just feel that if you gave a player like LeBron, Jordan, say, hey, here's our team, pick who you want to play with you and win a championship, they'd win too, right? So my thing is that Tom Brady with New
No,
England.
no, hold on.
Hold on. I'm saying Tom Brady, New England. I think with Belichick, they built a great empire. What he did with Tampa Bay was amazing, and I give him credit for that. He's the GOAT for football, no question out for sure. But for team sports overall, I won't call him the GOAT because MJ was 6-0. So I'm sorry, he was 6-0.
Yeah, but
He never lost ever.
Brady got to the finals 10 times.
I know, but MJ could have too if he didn't retire so many times. MJ could have,
But he did though,
twice.
so he didn't. So he got there 6 times.
Hey, that's fine for your opinion. I'm saying for me personally,
right.
All I'm saying is that the reason why I would not call Tom Brady
so let me do this
for all sports
right.
is because I think there's other players in soccer and basketball that I think have done great things in their own sport, and their skill sets and their athletic ability is different than Tom Brady's ability. So
as a quarterback, the lifetime for a quarterback is like what, 32, 33, 34. By 35, usually quarterbacks are tapping out.
Drew Brees is 40. I think nowadays is a bit older with certain quarterbacks. Like
at his age, no one's been doing that, right?
Pardon me?
Like no one's been doing what he's doing for his, so longevity has to be a part of this.
Of course, he's a
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't have quite the longevity. Once he got to his mid-30s, the Washington days are the days we want to forget. Yes, he was an all-star, but he was not competing for a championship. So Tom Brady, yes, he has some losses on there, but it's so hard to say that what he's attained for team sports, I don't think there's anyone close to having the longevity, the winning, and to come into your point where you're saying about putting a team together, Michael Jordan put a team together. Like if he doesn't have Dennis Rodman on that team that came after, I don't know if they're going to get that championship.
I mean, that was Phil Jackson, not Michael Jordan. I won't give Michael Jordan that add-on. Phil Jackson picked Rodman. Like Phil Jackson was the one who picked that team. Like, but I'm not going to give that credit to Jordan. Jordan just wanted to play basketball, and he wanted to keep Pippen and certain players around him once he got them there. But what we're seeing today with LeBron, like LeBron's picked out AD. He picked out certain players that he liked. Like that didn't happen in Jordan's era. The GM had way more power then than now. It's just different eras, right? Like I think sports has changed so much and evolved so much that players now can do those things. Back in the 90s, those GMs and owners were more involved than ever before.
Debo.
Well, my thing with Brady is like, if you compare his greatness along with his peers, like you have guys like you mentioned, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers,
Peyton Manning. Well, he's retired now. Yeah.
What Tom Brady has done since, let's say, since being 36, bodies those guys.
Yep.
No, for sure. Like Tom Brady's the GOAT in football. I'm not denying that. I agree with you totally there. I just don't believe in comparing, like, to tell someone to me someone's a GOAT for all sports. I'm looking at like athleticism, like so playing basketball, for example, MJ played baseball and he played basketball. Like to me, like I look at the athlete himself, like
yeah, but Jordan failed as a baseball player. Let's get that straight. Jordan was not a successful baseball player. So we're not.
I said he played baseball and basketball professionally. That's still a huge feat for him. You can't deny that. Like
no, I don't consider Jordan's baseball career just because he played professional because he's Michael Jordan. If he wasn't Michael Jordan, he wouldn't have those opportunities to get there. He's a select.
Hey, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that he has played. But remember, he played baseball growing up too. It wasn't like he just played it like just for fun, like a J. Cole shooting in the empty gym. Like he played it growing up back in North Carolina. Sorry, back home. But anyways, my thing is this: is that I agree with you guys. Comes to Tom Brady and football, no denying that. Like he's amazing. He's great.
Yeah,
for sure.
The only one actually is so funny, and maybe I'll say it now. I've never said this before, but actually since what Tom Brady's done, it's actually got me to see things a little differently, where I've always my entire life have been Jordan's the GOAT, Jordan's the GOAT, Jordan's the GOAT. Jordan's still the GOAT, but
In basketball, you mean, right?
In basketball.
Yeah.
But I'm really I'm open to LeBron coming for that GOAT title. Very open
Over
because what he's
Kobe? Over Kobe?
already. No
Okay.
disrespect, rest in peace, Kobe. But that was never even a conversation. It's
Really?
LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah, LeBron for what he's doing. As when I factor in longevity, what LeBron's doing for the longevity right now. If he keeps this up over the next 2-3 years, who knows what he can accomplish? Then we're putting him into the late, like doing things that Jordan did not accomplish late. And if LeBron, I think can go. I think he can. He's eligible to win a title in 4 years down the road.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's capable.
Yeah.
If he goes into his 4 years with a title and dominating what he's doing, I'm open to say like he's putting together an incredible resume.
I agree. Like I would say I came to that when they won this year, actually in the bubble. Like when they won the fourth title, I was like, 3 titles, 3 different teams. Like LeBron is just a really good athlete. What he's doing and like what Jomo said earlier, evolving. His evolution is amazing. It's beautiful to see someone come in with these skill sets and then just improve and develop mentally and physically in his career. Like his growth has been really impressive. Like I'm very impressed with LeBron, and I think even now, like I would entertain a GOAT discussion with LeBron because he has proven himself to be in that discussion. Like, and he's still going. Like he's still playing good.
I have to agree with you guys, and especially with what you're saying, because me and my cousin were talking about this the other day too. How there's so many parallels with Brady and
LeBron.
And LeBron is basically the only real difference is like Brady has a better win percentage when it comes to championships. But they've been the same amount of time, and both of them have been almost greater now than they were before.
Right.
So question for you, Debo, for that question for you, right, is the reason why I feel like Tom Brady is better than LeBron when it comes to like a GOAT discussion, if I this discussion, is because Brady won 6 with one team. So, and for me, maybe because I'm old school, I admire that. Like when someone goes on one team, gets drafted to one team, and then helps them win a ring, I respect that a lot more. Like I really wish LeBron stayed with Cleveland because he could have built that team up and could have won rings with Cleveland. Again, I know he didn't do that. He went to Miami. But what I'm saying though, that's why I kind of have Tom Brady a little bit above LeBron, because him and Jordan to me are more similar, only because they stay with one team, and that team when they went there wasn't the best team. They actually became the best team with that player. So I look at that a lot more than going to a team and just making picks. I like how like Tom Brady and his career started with a team that wasn't really number one or wasn't really like the best team, but they built it up to be the best team. But I do hear what you're saying about LeBron and Tom Brady being similar. 10-10 is impressive. Like going to a championship 10 times, that's crazy. That's amazing.
All right. Individual, real quick on the way out of this. Who you got as your individual GOATs?
Ooh, that's tough for me. Like individual athlete?
Yeah, individual. Debo?
Serena Williams.
Nice.
Serena Williams.
Nice.
I'm tied between Usain Bolt and Serena. I can't pick which one, but they're my top 2. Because what Bolt did, 9 gold medals, 3 Olympics. That won't happen ever again, I don't think. So, yeah, they're both incredible.
I'm rocking with you also, Serena. And it's funny because Serena and Steffi Graf are so close, but Serena just had some defining things that I think put Serena into that next level. Roger Federer is also up there also. But in regards to team sports, I want to mention real quick Wayne Gretzky. That's a favorite of mine. He's got to be in the conversation. But
absolutely.
Yo, I don't think.
Absolutely.
Yo, Debo, I talk about this. Like, who ever break his record?
Yeah, Gretzky's done things I will never. But
me and Faheem actually had that talk a while ago.
We did.
Like,
okay.
Like all of the records that this guy has and how they'll never.
Oh right, yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Never. Wayne Gretzky's records are insane.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah, he slept on, like, but maybe because of the sport. But yeah, Gretzky, he's definitely in the conversation. It's just See, we talk about longevity. What he did when he was in the Rangers later in his career, he was still good, but still you could see there was a decline in the performance late in his career. He didn't quite get it done late. That's the only thing. But Gretzky, if I say personal favorite, as everyone probably knows, Gretzky is one of my favorite athletes of all time. So, all right. So, Masai Ujiri. You guys heard about Masai. He's off the hook.
Completely now.
Case dropped.
Yeah, the stress is off the shoulders. So the incident that happened, actually, I know we have That's Absurd. I'm just gonna actually tie in That's Absurd with this. The Oakland sheriff deputy, his name is Alan Strickland. We're laughing in your face right now, buddy. He's the one that claimed that the Ujiri attacked him and sued. Obviously, as we know, Masai denied it. He countersued, and they had the video footage of it, and he's been clear of it. So this is a closed case. What do you guys have to say to this?
Go ahead, Debo.
Well, you know what? This is another chop it up to a win for Black History Month. Is what I say. Because at first, I heard that he beat the charges. But I didn't know there was still a civil suit going on.
Yep.
So now that I hear that case got dropped, so basically now he's everything. Like, you can't come at him for nothing no more. So complete wipe my, get that dirt off me.
Yeah,
so
right.
Yeah, happy it's finally, been taken care of, and he doesn't have to worry about it no more. He can just go about doing his job as the Raptors president.
Right.
I agree. And just to add to what you said, Debo, I just think it's sad that he accomplished something so amazing that day, right? Our team just won. He's the first Black president in the NBA. His team won a championship. And he's about to celebrate one of the greatest moments that he could ever experience in his career. And a cop, like, you know what I mean? A white cop had to ruin it for him. Luckily, Kyle Lowry, like, honestly, I'm like, yo, how did Kyle Lowry know to look for Masai? It's like, I remember he was like, okay, where's Masai? And he caught him.
Right.
And Kyle Lowry, I don't know how he knew, but I think it's heavily, I feel like God was like, yo, Kyle, go help your boy. Because Kyle happened to look in that direction and be able to pull him out from that. But imagine Kyle did not do that, folks.
Right.
Imagine that.
That could have escalated very quickly.
It went to 0 to 100, and let's be real. If it was a white guy saying, "Hey, I'm the president," that cop would have been like, "Oh, okay, no problem." Because a Black man with an accent, right? They're like, "Okay, I don't like." It's just very unfortunate. I'm happy it was dropped. I'm not saying no, but it just sucks that this amazing person, Masai, had to deal with that on one of the best moments in his career. It's just
so, and like you said, I like that you said that, Debo, in regards to a win for Black History Month, because one thing Masai Ujiri does have is, keep in mind, he's a powerful man with money, and he has the backing of Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, big conglomerate, and he had, imagine someone in that situation was dragged through the situation. Imagine all the people who don't have power, don't have money, and are dealing with this every day. You know what I'm saying? So this should be just a opening reminder to people that, like, it's great that Masai, if he didn't have or wasn't who he was and he's in these situations, it could have been different. And oftentimes it actually usually is. So yes, it's great to celebrate and be happy for Masai to get off. But there's a bigger picture that, we should really be focusing on, the fact that not everyone has that luxury of the things that he had, that are going through that don't have the same resources.
Agreed. Well said, Faheem. So Masai, happy Black History Month, buddy. Happy Black History Month. Oh my goodness. Him and the Gorilla Glue girl, I'm happy for them both this week. Both of them.
No comment.
Finally got it out.
It came out today, buddy. It came out. Win for Black History Month.
That's a loss for the Black race. I'm sorry, man.
It's funny you mentioned that. You bring that up because those are two potentially ridiculous lawsuits that could have happened, where the cop tried to play victim and act like Messiah Ujiri gave him the clothesline from hell, and this lady was trying to. I was thinking about suing the Gorilla Glue company because at nowhere on the container does it say do not put in your hair, but once you see that it says do not ingest, do not put in eyes or skin, one would think that applies to hair too.
Oh
In
my
case
God.
one does not know, there is a lady
How could you not
who
know this story, man? If we're
this
not, bro.
Nelly J, real quick in like 15 seconds, summarize this, please, for anyone who doesn't know.
So this girl had a forever ponytail style. Okay, it was just like she wanted to have that sleek look for like her ponytail.
Slick is the
She
slick back.
And so she put Gorilla Glue on, and then she tried to wash it off right away, like literally as like a prank to herself, but it didn't work. So it was stuck, and she was very sad. But guess what, y'all? The reason why it's a win because the doctor who helped her do it, a black doctor, he actually did the 4 hours surgery for her. And he actually called Gorilla Glue, asked them what they put in their products, and then he created his own solution to remove the glue from her hair. So I'm more celebrating that this black doctor was able to save her from her own foolishness, which is really cool. So
I like that spin, Nelly J. Okay, I'll rate
Well
that. That's
done.
good.
Well done.
so yeah, so that's why it's huge. So again, and this actually would cost her normally $12,000, but because but he actually did it for free for her. So she's lucky. Yeah. So
Wow.
again, Black History Month, y'all. Wins everywhere. I taking all these wins, yes?
All right, so Nelly J, let's go to that's
For the culture.
for the culture. Let's go to for the culture, Nelly J.
No problem, y'all. So for the culture, guys, we wanted to kind of highlight something that's really cool. So for those who don't know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame began in '86. They do the ceremony every year in Cleveland, Ohio, in the fall. And essentially, when it first came out in '86, we actually had a few legends inducted: James Brown, Little Richard, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, which we know are all legends in their own right. And the first African-American woman that was inducted was Aretha Franklin in '87. So this year, they actually they announced the nominations this week. And guys, guess who's in the nominations this week? Jay-Z and LL Cool J. Okay.
And Mary
And we
J.
got Mary J.
Blige.
Blige, Tina Turner, Shaka Khan, and Dionne Warwick are all nominated. So that's really amazing.
Right.
A few quizzes for you and for Faheem and Debo today, guys, is I want you guys to guess, okay, who was the first rap artist, hip hop artist that were inducted in '07? You can guess. So hold up. So to be nominated, you have to be 25 years as an artist. Your first song, that's the qualification. Okay. So who do you think would have been inducted in '07? That means they're probably rapping in the '80s.
So I'm gonna help Debo because I tried to pull that same one on you, Nelly J. So I know the answers. So,
Oh, you do? Oh.
so let's just get Debo here. So
I think I got a little help.
They had actually probably the first like real like hip hop song that for let's think of the video. I know the video. I'm just trying to think of a good hint. Now, AJ, help me with a good hint. A good hint would be.
Give it away.
Okay, I'll give you just Broken Glass.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know, Broken Glass.
Don't push me.
Right.
Yep.
Name though. I'm like Nelly right now with the names.
Okay,
I
so
stuck with Dave. Y'all know me how I feel.
The second, so Dwayne Wade's nickname.
Oh, Flash.
So the first, so what? Something Flash.
Grandmaster Flash.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So in 2009.
Oh, hold up. In the same year of Grandmaster Flash was Furious 5, by the way. They were also
Good call.
So yeah, so they both were inducted. They're the first hip hop artists ever inducted in '07. And Faheem, who was that in '09?
Debo '09. So let me give you a hint. They commercialize with culture of for sneakers.
Run DMC. That's the help I got.
Right,
Yes,
right.
Run DMC. You guys are all hip hop fans. So think about this, right? Imagine when hip hop first started. I mean, I think I was just born. Faheem probably was just 25. I'm joking. Faheem.
Shade.
But I mean, I was a baby when hip hop was born, but Faheem was probably already in clubs, but the Jomo doing their thing. But I mean, I want Faheem and you guys talk about this. How does it feel to know that like hip hop was not really wanted? I mean, a lot of mainstream radio companies didn't like hip hop. They thought it was rebellious. It was the devil music. All the things happened, and now you know that journey to it now having artists being inducted in the 2000s. Like, how do you feel as hip hop fans to have this happen? You know, in like your lifetime.
I mean, that obviously speaks to the power of hip hop and the culture. But I mean, one, even more importantly, so watch this. So you got Jay-Z. Yes, I was the generation of Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt. I was in college when Reasonable Doubt came out.
I knew it.
Or if I wasn't in college, yeah, I was very close around the time. So I don't know, Reasonable Doubt, to see it's 25 years on now, and Jay-Z's in there. He deserves to be in there. Jay-Z is a legend. How does it feel? I mean, Debo, help me out. How does it feel to see Jay-Z, LL Cool J?
I don't think that this is something that's strictly hip hop. Basically, any new form of music is vilified. Like at one point, Elvis and his public thrusting was the devil.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just and hip hop's like the most recent genre of music, basically. So it's just taking its turn now. Like at some point, we're gonna have like hip hop artists doing their thing in Las Vegas, like the old cronies do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
But
so
like,
so it's just basically the evolution of hip hop, where people are starting to recognize it as a legit form of music.
but I think back in the day, right, hip hop was more like talking about injustices, right? It was talking about what's happening in the world, talking about, you know, cops abusing Black people, like Black Lives Matter. To me, that came from hip hop because artists have been talking about that stuff for decades. You know what I mean?
Public Enemy, Fear of a Black
Public
Planet.
Enemy, So to me, I think hip hop was like a movement for a Black man or a Black artist to express the anger they had. And how they were treated in the hood. You know what I mean? And I think that's why it was so powerful. I mean, now we have artists that are hip hop, artists that are more pop rap, right? Like we have two different types of artistry. But I think the poets like the Commons and like the Kendricks, like those guys, they talk about real life issues and how we can fight as people and how we can be better. And I think, you know, they're the real poets of our lifetime. Like, you know, Shakespeare, like Run DMC is like you can have his own book, a poetry book, because to me, they're the modern day Shakespeare's for our culture, essentially. So
it's nice that when you say the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that's like in baseball, that would be like Cooperstown. Basketball, it would be Springfield, I guess. Is the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. So, but that's the Hall of Fame status for music, right? So, I mean, to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you're right. Like hip hop, it's just one thing. Mary J got in there. If I want to mention her also, she came out, and when she came out, she made a lot of noise, very influential, especially for women also. So
I love me some Mary J. Blige. Her dancing is iconic. I can't do it right now, but y'all see, that's what she does all the time.
She invented the word dancery.
Dancery.
But no, man, honestly, guys, big up LL Cool J, big up Jay-Z and all the other inductees in the Hall of Fame. So essentially, they're nominated, and then the announcement for who wins is in May. However, as fans, though, if you're a fan of those artists that we announced tonight, please go and to the Rock of Hall of Fame, and you can vote on their website. And there's actually, I think, 5 fans ballot allowed. So let's help Jay-Z, LL Cool J, Mary J, Shaka Khan, all those guys get in, because I think, you know, they're all for our culture. They were revolutionaries when they came out 25 years ago.
Is
The
that how
industry
they
was
hold
different.
on? Is that how is it like the NBA All-Star where they do fan voting? Is that
No, so
how?
they have 5 fan ballots that can be
Okay.
entered to be a part of the votes, and then they have other ballots going in.
Right.
So it's like the fans are a part of it, but it's not only the deciding factor. It's like there's
But
other
yeah, but that
ballots.
is kind of like how the NBA does the All-Star, because the fans get to vote, but they don't have the deciding vote. It's the fans and also the coaches, right?
So the fans, only 5 ballots for the fans though, only 5.
Um,
So for example, right, I think they have about, is it 100 nominees, I think? And
okay.
then 5 of those 5 ballots will come from fans. So 5 artists will get 1 ballot from the fans.
5 artists will get 1 ballot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So it will help, especially because I'm sure, like, guys, they pick like amazing artists. So I'm sure it's probably between, like, you know how NBA has like MVP is like an anonymous vote. In Rock and Hall of Fame is probably very close, right? Because
Right.
all the artists are pretty much subpar or great in their own artistry. So it's probably very competitive. So that 1 fan ballot can make you inducted or not. So
All right, cool.
yeah.
So shout out to the artist. Let's go to That's Absurd.
That's absurd. Faheem, bro. What was absurd this week, bro?
It's
What
funny.
was absurd?
So the press conference after winning the Super Bowl, Brian Letwich, he was on a stand to take media questions, and the media guy messed up on 2 occasions. One, he called him Brian Letwich. So he messed up his name, but not only that, then after that, he was asking what it's like to shut down Patrick Mahomes. But Letwich, he is the offensive coordinator. So it came to he found out that he had the wrong coach.
Probably was Todd Bowles.
Yeah, that was Todd
Yeah,
Bowles.
He
I
had
like,
he had the wrong black man.
You don't all look alike.
and what's funny is Byron was like, wrong black guy. What a
Absurd.
savage. I can't.
I mean, think about this. You know, this is your moment. During the Super, you're the reporter. This is your moment. And you know what? The name, okay, if you didn't, yeah, the name is light, but the name and also the play to figure out you have the wrong guy. Like, you clearly were not prepared.
Did not do his homework at all.
Nope. You know,
I think what was funnier was watching the picture, because I think one reporter called Byron Todd. Like, they thought the name was Todd. And folks, if you look up these coaches, they look nothing alike. Yes, they're black, but they look like one is a bit one light, one's dark, like one's bald head, one has hair. Like it's such a vast difference in how they look. That's why, like, I was just dying, because like that alone was why I chuckled on my couch. I was like, what?
So part of a bigger thing is this now. So what do you guys think now the problem that they're having in the NFL in regards to black coaches? Now you have black coaches that are excelling, being on Super Bowl winning teams. What kind of effect do you think that's going to have now going forward?
Go ahead,
Nelly
Debo.
J?
Oh, I gotta go
Well,
first.
hopefully it will give more guys opportunities. Like,
Right,
they put in the Rooney Rule, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment.
right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think who just hired a black coach? It was, oh, I forgot. Not Jets, but I announced it on our Instagram. But I know the last hiring of our head coach was a black coach, and I think there's 3 or 4 more available. I think a lot of coaches were fired this year after NFL season. But the Buccaneers, they had the most diverse team. They had black assistant coaches. They had a woman coach. So it just shows you that diversity wins, right? And I think if you're a coach in the NFL, your team is the team is black. So you should have black coaches. Like, it's only ethical. And I think the cultural relationships between black coaches and their players is just a different kind of bond that a white coach can't have. It's just something that you can't just get from it, right? So I hope we see more black coaches, more diversity staff, women and men, because like in the playoffs, there was the most female coaches ever in the first round wild card. I think it was 6 or 7 coached the same weekend, right? That was a record. So I think we're going to see a lot more diversity in the NFL for sure. They have to change. But the NBA, I think, is lacking, right? The NBA hasn't improved at all, right? Last year, how many coaches were hired that were black? I think 1. Doc Rivers moved from Cleveland to Philly. That's it. Steve Nash got the job.
I have a feeling there's another one. Nope. Houston. Silas was needed.
Yes. So 2.
I think we might be able to dig more. Debo. Give me one more.
Cleveland. Was he there for a while?
I don't think Cleveland got a new coach last year. From 2020 to now.
I have a feeling we're missing a black coach.
I think it's Cleveland. Bickerstaff. Isn't Bickerstaff at Cleveland? Because Cleveland had the college coach last year, didn't they?
They were in the bubble last year, Cleveland. But I'm not sure prior to, honestly, guys, pre-COVID, I forgot half them things. Yeah? If you were in the bubble, I'm like, I don't even count pre-bubble anything. If you were in a bubble, you didn't exist to me last year in the NBA. But honestly, I think every sport needs to hire more black coaches. Like even Faheem, you know this, in Championship League. How many black coaches are there in like the Euro leagues out for like soccer?
Rare.
There isn't, right? Exactly.
Very rare.
Very rare. So it's an issue everywhere, not just NFL. But
that's the one that's gonna. I think if any sport is gonna be the last to change, it'll probably be that one. They're still throwing bananas on fields.
Right. And I want to say this, Debo, on the way out. That's why Ballers Block is a place you got to be. You're right with JB Bickerstaff. 2020, he got in. Good job.
Yo, Debo's like a NBA encyclopedia.
That's why I threw it to him. I knew he'd find one. All right. So let's thank everybody for tuning in. Let's put this one in the books.
All right, y'all. So Debo, as you know, before you head out, you got to give us a shout out, buddy. The floor is yours.
First, I'd like to shout you guys out for inviting me. You know, it's always a good time over here with the good rookies. From there, I'd like to shout out my 2 podcasts, 2 Jerks in a Pod and Ballers Block. Check that out. Tebow Vision. My co-host, Tebow, check him out.
Tebow.
Also, IG, check out Carbon Footprint Entertainment. That's where me, myself, my boy Terrence, my cousin Wale, and Tebow again, we do our video stuff, video production stuff. So we got some cool videos out there. You check that out for more.
All right, things coming out the pipeline. Nelly J, any shout outs from you?
I just want to shout out just everybody right now. Coming up is Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's to all you guys out there. The single, situationships, marriage, everybody. And no, like honestly, we're in 2021. Gorilla Glue was trending, and Masai is free, so I'm good. So big up to Masai. And I'm just honestly like this week, I feel like I'm gonna miss football. I'm gonna miss watching these great athletes perform in the field. I'm gonna miss Tom Brady. Oh, I must talk about Tom Brady's at the parade. He was hammered. I must do a tally. Faheem and Debo. Who was worse, Tom Brady or Marc Gasol? Go.
I was just about to say that.
Pick one.
I never seen the parade, but no, what I did see a clip of him throwing the trophy,
the Lombardi trophy across the boat.
Yes. So imagine that fell in the water.
So honestly, I'm not kidding. I kind of for a split second had a bit like a little bit of anxiety. Like I seen it flying and I was thinking, is this going to go in the water? And I wheeled it back. He caught it, and I was like, okay, caught it. And then the clip went back to, and every time he threw it, as much as I knew he caught it, that's what I'm thinking. If that went in the water, like what happens from there? So the man tossed the Lombardi. I'm going with, to answer your question, Nelly J, you got to be some next level of drunk to be tossing the Vince Lombardi trophy. So I'm going with Tom Brady.
How about you, Debo? Who do you pick, Marc Gasol or Tom Brady? For drunk white boy at Parade Award.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
He's a drunk white
When it
boy
comes to the
parade
Lakers.
award winner. Yo,
Yes.
honestly, even his tweet, I was like, why did he first of all, bro, put your phone down. His tweet was deading. Like,
What was it,
honestly,
avocado margaritas or something like that?
but he spelled it like some kind of, I don't know what he spelled. It was like little it was just hilarious. Like, he was
Yeah.
white boy wasted, and I was laughing up the storm this week.
Well,
so.
goats do goat things, and tossing that Lombardi trophy, that would be like, do not try this at home. That, and I don't think anyone's gonna try that again. That was like, that's legendary right there. I'm sorry.
For sure.
Before we jump off of Tom Brady, real quick,
Yeah.
you know how he was promoting that I think it was TB12 stuff?
Oh, then not the, so word, the
Like
the
basically like the wellness stuff.
right,
Yes.
right.
And he had like a controversial coach or controversial trainer.
Okay, right, yeah.
Is that not like the most brilliant thing ever now? Like, who's not gonna want to be a part of the TB12 based on his success?
Right. At his age.
Facts.
Exactly.
Good
Facts.
point. Good point. Good point.
Listen, Tom Brady is like,
He knows what he's doing.
yes. If you
Yes.
guys had like, what's it called? Like the statue of like the 4 presidents in America. If you could put 4 faces of goats on that mountain, who would
Great
you
question.
carve?
Great
Which 4
question.
though? Brady, who else? You could carve 4
Gretzky.
people. Brady, Gretzky.
He's Canadian, but we'll put him there anyway.
It's okay.
I
like,
guess so. I guess this is like one per sport, no?
Yeah. So like 4 goats can be carved on your goat mountain. Who would you pick
So
for those
basketball is MJ, at least for now.
4? Mm-hmm.
Football goes Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey goes Gretzky.
Yep.
And for baseball, me personally, Barry Bonds.
Oh.
I don't care about the steroids. He was a Hall of Famer before that.
I can't with you. So on my goat mountain, Faheem can go last because I know you have probably some random people on yours. But my mountain, I'm gonna have Muhammad Ali, MJ. Then I'll probably have Tom Brady. I have to put him up there, and then I'll have Serena for my 4 on my mountain.
I didn't know we were doing individual sports.
Well, no, I mean like any 4 goats that you want to pick on your mountain. I mean, of course it can change too, right? Because history, but those 4 people I think have been the most influential in terms of sports and impact and culture. I picked those 4 for my like mountain.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
make this
Faheem.
quick. Mine is easy. It goes Gretzky, Brady, Jordan, and Babe Ruth. Done.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
I mean, Babe Ruth,
Cool.
the man's, 100 years on, and his name is still legendary. So you can't move that. That's branding right there.
Rumor has it he was black too, so another win for Black History Month.
Really? I didn't hear about that.
We'll claim him.
Hey, claim Mozart.
right.
We'll claim him too.
All right. So thanks for listening up to episode 26. Let's put this one in the books.
Guys, as you know, we are everywhere. Subscribe, share, like with a friend,
All
and
that
of
good
course,
stuff.
and all that good stuff, y'all. Comment, and yeah, we're here for y'all. We're here for you. So
That's right. All right. Episode 26 in the books. Debo, thanks for coming out.
Always a pleasure.
Peace.
peace out.